Okay, so let's get right into it. You've got great ideas, right? We all do. But how do you get them from just an idea into a real, funded, approved project? Well, that's what we're talking about today. It's all about mastering the business case. This is the skill that literally turns that sorry, no budget into okay, when can you start? I mean, come on, you've been there, right? You have this brilliant, game changing idea, you're super excited about it, you pitch it, and thud. It hits that brick wall we all know and love budget reasons. It is just so frustrating. But here's the thing, what if the problem isn't actually the budget? All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with why good ideas fail in the first place. Then we'll learn how to speak management's language. We'll look at the only two ways a company really spends money. Then I'll give you a 6-part blueprint to build your case. We'll see how to prove it with numbers. And finally, we'll talk about the ultimate payoff for your career. So let's get right to the core of it. Here's a hard truth. A brilliant idea that's pitched poorly, it's just a failed idea. The rejection you get, it's probably not about how good your idea is. It's almost always about how you communicated it. We've got to make a mental shift, away from, hey, this is a great idea for me and my team, to here's why this is a fantastic idea for the entire business. And this right here, this quote absolutely nails it. Management is looking at things through a really simple but powerful lens. It comes down to two questions. Does this thing you're proposing make us more money? Or does it save us money? That's it. Everything else, being more efficient, boosting morale, being innovative, all that good stuff, has to be translated into one of those two languages. That's the secret key. Okay, so if we want to get our ideas approved, we have to learn to speak this language. Think of it like a secret code. And look, it's not super complicated, but it is absolutely crucial. Once you get these basic concepts down, you'll be able to frame pretty much any request in a way that the people holding the purse strings will instantly get and respect. All right, first concept, profit center versus cost center. A profit center, think of a sales team, they directly bring in more money than they spend. So it's pretty easy for them to get things approved, right? Their value is super obvious. On the flip side, you have a cost center, like, say, the janitorial staff. They're totally essential, but they don't directly bring in cash. Figuring out how your own department is seen as a profit or cost center is step one, and it is so, so important. So let's be real. If you're in a cost center, and a lot of us are, support teams, IT, creative departments, the pressure's on you. The burden of proof is higher. You've got to be way more strategic. You can't just go in and ask for shiny new things. You have to show, with evidence, how that new thing is going to help the company's bottom line, either by helping a profit center make more money or by cutting costs down the road. Okay, next piece of the puzzle. To build a solid case, you also need to get a handle on two kinds of costs. First, there are direct costs. These are the costs that go up and down. So if you're building birdhouses, it's the cost of the wood for each one. The more birdhouses you make, the more you spend on wood. Simple. Then you've got indirect costs. These are fixed. Think of your office rent. You got to pay that every month, whether you sell one birdhouse or 1,000. Knowing the difference here is going to be key for making a strong financial argument. So, where are we going with all this? How does it all connect? Well, now that we kind of get the language, you'll start to see that pretty much every single proposal boils down to one of two things. You are either asking for money to save money, or you're asking for money to make money. Seriously, that's it. It's one or the other. The first bucket is what we call cost avoidance. This is your classic spend a little now to save a whole lot later pitch. The perfect example is switching out old light bulbs for new LEDs. Yeah, the LEDs are a bit more expensive up front, but over time, the savings on the energy bill are huge. You're spending money today to avoid bigger costs tomorrow. And the second bucket, that's return on investment, or what everybody calls ROI. This one is all about spend money to make money. The key here is that they're generating new revenue. So imagine a printing company buys a fancy new color printer. Now they can start offering color printing services they couldn't before. That printer isn't just saving them money, it's actively opening up a brand new way to bring in cash. Okay, enough theory, let's get practical. Let's talk about the how. Because no matter what you're asking for, big or small, every single winning business case follows the same 6-part structure. This is your roadmap, your blueprint for getting that yes. So here it is. Number 1, you've got the executive summary. That's your hook. 2 is the current situation, where you really spell out the problem, the pain point. 3 is your proposal. This is the hero, the solution. 4, and this is huge, the financial proof, the hard numbers. 5 is a nice clean conclusion. And finally, number 6, any supporting materials you need for backup. Okay, I want to pause for a second on that current situation section number 2. This part is so important. The number 1 rule here is this can't sound like a complaint. It's not, we need a new system. Ours is so old. No, it has to be, our outdated system is costing the company X amount of dollars in lost productivity every single quarter. You see that shift? It's not your problem anymore, it's the company's problem. Look, at the end of the day, talk is cheap. Your amazing idea needs proof, cold, hard evidence. This is the part where you stop talking about opinions and you start showing facts. And you do that with financial data that makes your case, well, undeniable. And the good news is, it doesn't have to be super complicated. Let's go back to our light bulb example to see how this works. So, the current situation is the company's energy bills are way too high. Why? Because we're using these old, inefficient bulbs. The proposal is simple. Let's replace them all with modern LEDs. Okay, great idea. But now, let's prove it's a great idea. You know, a simple chart, just like this one, can be insanely powerful. You don't need some massive, complicated spreadsheet with a million tabs. Just show it. Boom. The old bulb costs us $1 a month to run. The new LED, 50 cents. You're showing them right there a 50% savings every single month. It's clean, it's direct, and honestly, what's there to argue with? And then you deliver the knockout punch, the final number that just seals the deal. This is your payoff. So let's say a new LED bulb costs $7. If we're saving 50 cents every month, well, do the math. It pays for itself in just 14 months. And after that, it's just pure savings for the company, money in the bank. Giving them that exact timeline, it pays for itself in 14 months. That gives them a concrete finish line for their investment. It makes it feel so much more real. So why are we going through all this? Why does this even matter? Because look, learning how to build a killer business case, it's not just about getting some new software or a new chair. This is a skill that will fundamentally change how people at your company see you. It literally transforms your whole career path. Okay, so let's wrap this up. What are the big takeaways? Number 1, always frame your ideas in terms of decreasing costs or increasing revenue. Money talks. Number 2, use that 6-part blueprint we talked about. It gives you a clear, professional structure. 3, prove your case with simple numbers, whether it's ROI or cost avoidance. When you start doing all this, something amazing happens. You stop being just the person who does X. You become a strategic partner who thinks about the whole company. And let me tell you, that makes you a whole lot less expendable when things get tough. So I want to leave you with a question. The next time you're at work, just look around. What's that one thing, that inefficiency, that missed opportunity that just drives you crazy? The difference is, now you have the tools to do more than just complain about it. You actually have the blueprint to go and solve it. So my question for you is, what problem will your next business case solve?